Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into another video of the AZ Sports Fan Live Edition. Obviously, a lot of us aren't in the best of moods, and rightfully so. The Arizona Cardinals are now 2-1 in the 2020 season, and man, this one was a punch into the gut. Definitely a punch to the gut here. So what we're talking about here, we're going to talk about the Arizona Cardinals, what went wrong against the Detroit Lions. Honestly, it seemed like a lot went wrong, to be 110% honest with you. I just feel like overall the Detroit Lions were just the better team. They seemed like they outcoached us in a lot of different aspects. But we're going to go ahead and dive into it here shortly. Now, if you guys could do me one big, huge favor, just go ahead and drop a like on this video. Now, we will be getting to comments. Your best time to go ahead and make a comment is probably going to be during the earlier part of our stream, just because by the time like it gets like closer to the next hour, we're going to be getting a lot of people on here, and the questions are going to get like outrageous, and I cannot like keep tabs of them. So just keep that in mind, guys. But we are going to go ahead and dive into it here shortly. But my goodness, what a loss for the Arizona Cardinals, now being 2-1. It honestly seems like a harder loss because the hype around the Arizona Cardinals, being that we could have possibly gone 5-0. But I mean, if you really think about it, a lot of fans and a lot of different teams could always do something. You know what I mean? They could always go 5-0. They could always go 16-0. But I think the truth of the matter is that we were kind of all bought into this Kyler Murray hype, which honestly, I've not come off of it. I honestly still think Kyler Murray is going to be really good for the season. I don't want to even talk about MVP at this point right now. I don't even think we should even humor that at this very moment, because there's just so much things that we need to fix with his game before we even get to that level. Now, you're talking about Russell Wilson. That guy's playing on fire, like his head is on fire. But Kyler Murray has definitely have very similar characteristics to Russell Wilson, but he's not quite there yet. But we also got to keep in mind this is his second year coming into the NFL, still trying to get the groove of things, because honestly, he was really dominant in the collegiate level, and the NFL, it seems like he's pretty good. Like he's getting the grasp of things, but there's still a lot of things that he needs to learn on. Now, obviously, most of you guys already know that the Arizona Cardinals ended up losing 26-23. By that time, the last drive was going on when the Lions had the ball. I honestly kind of felt defeated, to be 110% honest with you. I did not think that the Arizona Cardinals defense was going to hold up, and it seemed like it went that way, unfortunately, but that's just kind of the way that the cookie crumbled in this game here. So 26-23 loss for the Arizona Cardinals. Now we fall to 2-1. Now, as far as stats go, Kyler Murray had a type of game. He had 270 yards, and 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 1 rushing touchdown. Now that rushing touchdown was actually pretty nice. It was actually really pretty. So I'll go ahead and give him that. It was really like nice little kind of getting shifty type of way on Okuda. So big kudos to him doing that. Kenyon Drake ended up getting 18 carries, 73 yards, and DeAndre Hopkins had another really good game. He had over 100 yards again, 137 yards with 10 receptions. His career within the Arizona Cardinals my goodness, is outstanding. Like, he's having such a good career, and it doesn't seem like he's missed a beat coming from Houston to the Arizona Cardinals. Honestly, he's just doing really good things. So I'm really excited about it, but we're not here to talk about the pros. If you haven't seen my latest reaction video, I went over the pros and the cons, but what I really wanted to do today was really dive in to find out exactly what your guys' thoughts were as far as what went wrong in this game for the Arizona Cardinals, when a lot of people thought that the Arizona Cardinals were going to go ahead and fly away with this win. And it didn't seem like that was the case. It was a very close, tight-knit game all the way down to the last drive, where the Arizona Cardinals had the opportunity to become that person and kill the last 2 minutes that was left in the game, but it just didn't happen that way. Regardless if you want to blame it on play calling from Cliff Kingsbury or execution from Kyler Murray or whatever you want to blame it on, honestly, the way that it fell, is not the way that we want it to. But honestly, I feel like it's something that we needed to experience. Now, the reason why I say that is because we have a lot of hype around this Cardinal team, which rightfully so. We have a really good player in Kyler Murray, but he has shown some flaws in his game. And the Detroit Lions we really got to give kudos to where kudos is due. They did a really good job. They frazzled him. They made him make some really, really bad throws. There was a throw. One of the interceptions were for he was throwing a ball to Dan Arnold, which honestly was pretty high. So he threw the ball pretty high, ended up getting intercepted. There was another one that he was trying to force it to. I think it was the Larry Fitzgerald one, intercepted. There was another one where it was Okuda. He was following DeAndre Hopkins and pretty much just jumped the route. Now, there was going to be another fourth interception, which honestly, that would have been like a deal breaker on its own right there. The Arizona Cardinals has fallen to the Detroit Lions, and I am super curious to find out what you guys have to say, what you guys really feel about the situation. Now, there is, I know I had some questions on the chat about Budda Baker. It seemed like he had a kind of like a makeshift cast on his hand. Something was wrong with his hand, and he ended up playing through his injury. Now, one of the worst parts is I think during this week, he's going to go ahead and get surgery on his hand. So I think he's looking into missing maybe about a week or two after while recovering for surgeries. But honestly, that's not good news. That's not good news at all. Next, we have the Carolina Panthers. And then after that, we have the New York Jets. Now, how I'm going to go ahead and play this from here on out, I'm not going to overlook any of these teams anymore. We're not gonna look too much into the future, because all the time that I try to do something like this, we get pushed back down to earth. We get punched in the mouth, and we start realizing that all these NFL teams, regardless of what your record is going to look like, really, it's always a battle. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to overlook any team. That's not going to be the way my game plan is going to go from here on out. But I'm really got to go ahead and dissect this game, man, because honestly, I'm pretty bummed out. It's not going to be a happy Monday for me waking up, being that honestly, we did think that we were going to win this game, and it just didn't happen the way that we wanted it to. Now, I have some people in the chat saying here, why aren't we playing Isaiah Simmons? Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I like Devondre Campbell's game, so I don't have anything really to say about that, to be 110% honest with you. Devondre Campbell is really, really good, and he's holding up. That's probably why you're not seeing Isaiah Simmons a lot. But I can see the frustration that's coming from fans that are saying, you're the 8th overall pick. Why aren't you playing? It's going to take him a while to probably get accustomed to the NFL type level. So you got to keep that in mind. And I've been telling that since the videos prior. Like, if we got Isaiah Simmons, keep in mind, he's not going to come in and start blossoming. He might take him 6 to 8, 10 games to come in, because you got to keep in mind that weak inside linebacking spot is a hard position to master in the NFL. It's completely different in the collegiate level. And that's probably the main reason why we don't see him very often. Now, obviously, Devondre Campbell's doing exactly what we need him to do. There's a couple things that seems like he's not really able to do, maybe like run with the tight ends and, do some coverage stuff. But honestly, for the most part, I really like Devondre Campbell's game. So I'm not going to go ahead and say 100% where's Isaiah Simmons, and I'm not going to freak out about it right now. I'm going to give him some weeks. As for, I knew this was going to happen. I really did. I mean, it's really kind of silly to think that he's going to come in and start, shining and blossoming into the middle linebacker that we all want and love. It's just not the way that it's going to happen. But that's pretty much, I think, what's going on with Isaiah Simmons. Now, another thing I want to mention before I take it to the comments here, guys, I want to mention the fact that the defense, I'm not 110% blaming this on the defense. I don't think this was the defense fault entirely. I think it was Kyler Murray's fault. 90%, no, let's say 75% Kyler Murray's fault, 25% defense. Now, the reason why I say that is because whenever you go into any game and you give up 3 interceptions with the possibility of another with 4 total interceptions, you cannot expect to win a game that way. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, there's no way that you can win a game like that. Now, I don't know if you guys saw the press conference after Kyler Murray talking. I watched a little bit. They're not really entertaining to me at all, to be 110% honest with you. They don't really tell me anything that I don't already know. And I also watched a glimpse of Cliff Kingsbury's post game as well. So honestly, I like the fact that they're not happy. Obviously, none of us are happy. We all wanted to be 3-0. I mean, that's exactly obviously, right? We all always want to be 3-0. We want to be, top in the division. But obviously, right now, Seattle Seahawks are playing like their head is on fire and they're just magical stuff right now. But yeah, the post game coverage with them, they did not look happy. Cliff Kingsbury was answering questions like monotonely, and I really do think that they're taking this loss hard because they probably drunk that Kool-Aid that everybody was drinking. Everybody was drinking that Kool-Aid, and everybody's like, "Oh, we got this win. Don't worry about it." Hashtag fire Patricia. That was our mentality, and that was a lot of the stuff that you guys were saying, and I was saying too. I'm absolutely guilty in it as well. But at this moment, from here on out, I'm not going to overlook any NFL team. I'm not going to overlook it. If you're an NFL team, you have every chance to win a game. Now, obviously, we want all the games to be like the Washington football game when we ended up beating them. Yay, great for us, awesome. But no, we really got punched in the mouth in this game, and we really are getting to the level where we need to figure out, okay, how do we fix this? Exactly what went wrong? Obviously, we know Kyler Murray 3 interceptions. That's what went wrong. But honestly, there's also, we got to take to the account as well that the defense needs to show up. I love the blitz. I love the aggressiveness. But if you're not getting to the quarterback and he knows how to beat your blitz, or when the blitz is coming, you really got to do better and try to disguise the blitz, because you can beat a blitz by a simple slant route, a little quick out route, a swing route. It's just something really quick. If you know where the blitz is coming from, they can go ahead and get a huge game. And that's exactly what I saw in this game. Yeah, we did get some pressure on Matthew Stafford, but when it really mattered, we weren't able to go ahead and get the job done. And it's just really unfortunate, but that's just kind of the way that the cookie crumbled. We will take it to the comments right now. That was just my little bit of what I felt like went wrong in this game. So we'll take it to the comments here. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of you guys. There's 40 people in here. The possibility with a lot more people getting through. So keep that in mind. If I don't get to your comment, I apologize. You do have the option to super chat. You can go ahead and get your comment highlighted as well, as that little scrolling thing says. So we're going to go ahead and read Aiden Healy's comment here. He's all the way from Ireland. He says, "Hey dudes, rough game tonight, but look might be a good kick up we need. Look, Murray didn't put us in a good situation, but I feel like our corners could be targeted as a big weakness." Yeah, man, honestly, Patrick Peterson, I've been kind of being like, "Oh, don't worry about Patrick Peterson. We'll be fine. He's good." But he's really shown some not carry. I don't know. I don't really know how to dissect it right now. I'm not really happy with the way that Patrick Peterson has played so far. As far as like lockdown type cornerback, I don't know if he's there right now anymore, or if he's quite focused. I know there was some rumors out there saying that as of right now, the Arizona Cardinals and Patrick Peterson are not humoring the fact of a contract extension. Maybe that's getting to him. Maybe he just doesn't feel like the Arizona Cardinals really value him very much, so he's probably not going to put his 110% effort. You never know. You never really know exactly what these players are thinking in their personal life. But that's just all speculation at that point. But I honestly completely agree here with Aiden Healy. It's something that we needed to experience, man. If we were drinking too much of the Kool-Aid very quickly, and we were drinking it very quick. We were saying hashtag fire Patricia 3-0. Everybody was saying all this different stuff. But this is definitely something that we needed to experience. And now that we experienced it, let's clean it up and let's see if we can go ahead and continue to get some W's on that win column. But thank you so very much, Aiden. That was a very good comment. So we got Roberto on the house saying, "I hate on the last drive, 2 and 3 downs. You go to Keyshawn Johnson. Bad play calling. Bad play calling or bad part on Kyler. I don't know if you guys saw, but Andy Isabella was open. He ended up taking that route. I don't know why he did it. Maybe he was just going for the glory, for the win, whatever the situation is. But there was a shot where Andy Isabella was clearly open. Now, was he going to get the first down? I don't know, but he could definitely have done a lot better than getting an incomplete or possibly even risking an interception over there. So that I might want to blame more on Kyler Murray's decision making at that specific point of the game. I wouldn't really quite 100% blame Cliff. Now, should we have run the ball more? I think 110% we should have run the ball more. I think we should have played to kill those last 2 to 3 minutes, however much time it was when we started our drive, because we were probably close to the 50-yard line. So if we did anything in our power to maybe kill the time, so if we didn't get an opportunity, then we can be playing overtime at that point. But it didn't seem like that was the case. I think that Kyler Murray was trying to go for glory, and he ended up throwing that ball to Keyshawn Johnson where he wasn't open at all. So I don't know. I blame a little bit more on Kyler on that one specifically. So let's go ahead and keep reading here to the comments here. We have Seth Carpenter in the house. What's up, my friend? Says, hey, Arizona sports fan. I think Keyshawn Johnson didn't play that much. Also, I am disappointed. He did play a good amount of snaps. I don't know as far as percentage goes. We don't really know like 100% until like the numbers come out. And I honestly don't follow that too much as far as like how many snaps he was and how many and all that different stuff. But Keyshawn Johnson seems to be a little bit more involved. Obviously, he came off of that list that he was on. I'm glad he's back. Honestly, I know he's a really good route runner and a really good wide receiver. But the thing is, I really want to go ahead and highlight the fact that Andy Isabella showed the heck up. Now, honestly, if anybody was panicking that Christian Kirk was not here, we got a first glimpse and first taste of what Andy Isabella could do when he gets the opportunity. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with Andy Isabella. Maybe you guys might want to get him on fantasy football. Who knows? I don't know. But I seen a lot more separation from Andy Isabella and his routes and what he can do. Obviously, he's a lot faster than Christian Kirk. But yeah, man, I think this injury from Christian Kirk was more of a blessing in disguise, in my opinion, so we can see exactly what we have in these other wide receivers, whether it's going to be Keyshawn, Trent Sherfield, some might say, if Jerron Brown ends up coming up, who knows? I know he's probably in the practice squad still, or even Andy Isabella. Obviously, our number one wide receiver is going to be DeAndre Hopkins. We're going to do everything in our power to feed DeAndre Hopkins. And I also want to mention one other thing, too, talking about wide receivers. Larry Fitzgerald, one of the questions as far as the post-game coverage was asking, why was Larry Fitzgerald not targeted as much as he usually is? And Cliff Kingsbury obviously, took the blame on himself and say, that's my fault. We'll definitely go ahead and pretty much basically blaming himself and saying that it was his fault, all that different stuff. But every coach is going to say something like that. They're always going to go ahead and try to back up their players because bottom line is that you're a player's coach. So keep that in mind as well. And honestly, I would love to see a little bit more Larry Fitzgerald. I know we all thrive when Larry Fitzgerald actually does stuff. And it was definitely something that we didn't see a lot, which is really concerning. But honestly, it's one loss. It's one loss. So I think the reason why it hurts so much is because it's the first loss. So if we take that to consideration, we're going to get maybe a few more losses, maybe 2 or 3 more losses on the board. Seahawks is going to be really strong. The Rams are going to be strong when we play the San Francisco 49ers. They're going to be strong. The Patriots are going to be strong. So we just got to get that tough skin back up again. And honestly, it comes down to learning from your mistakes that you've done when the games that you lose. Just straight 110%. But we do got to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to Dose of Dion 2.0. What's up, my guy? No, congratulations on the win, guys. You guys did everything in your power to win. So congratulations to you, my friend. He says, what's good, man? Great game today, bro. I appreciate the opportunity to be on your show this week. Yeah, man. No, thank you. Thank you for being on, man. It was definitely a blast. But if you don't know or you didn't see our collaboration, Dose of Dion 2.0 was on our latest collaboration episode that I released on Saturday, which was yesterday. Really good show, really good insight. But honestly, I felt like I wasn't really looking too much into the game because I was drinking that Kool-Aid and that was my fault. So I apologize about that, Dose. But you definitely go ahead and got the upper hand on this one here. Congratulations on that win. All right, let's go ahead and keep reading to the comments here. We definitely have a lot of people here. Let's see. Savage Avery says, if we lose to the Carolina without CMC, I'm going to be worried. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely going to be something to worry some and something to definitely scratch your head on because honestly, On paper, it seems like an easy win, but like I mentioned before, I'm not going to overlook any team anymore. That's not something that I'm going to do. So if you're looking for me to hype you guys up, I'm just gonna I'm legit. This game has put me on a different perspective so far. Now I get it. I get it. It's one loss. I understand. But the thing is that three interceptions is definitely not something that we can overlook. There's a problem there, and Kyler Murray needs to get it fixed. Now there was another thing that he ended up doing. He ended up tossing the ball outside where he thought it was good and everything was good and okay, but ended up being a intentional grounding. But he's been getting a lot of intentional grounding. So if we can get the coaching staff to go ahead and maybe re-emphasize the rule book and what he can and cannot do, or he's going to get that 15-yard penalty. I feel like they should emphasize that for Kyler Murray, because I feel like we've been getting that penalty on him more times than we would like to. So I don't want to see that again. We got SB 1993 saying, now if we lose to the Jets, we need to call it. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that one's a little bit more of a kind of like that bruh type of moment where like, oh man, like we're not who we thought we were. And kind of quoting that one guy. But yeah, I agree with you right there, man. It's going to be a hard fought 2 games coming up. Now, if we can win both, awesome. If we don't, then we got to go back to the drawing boards. Honestly, we had a perfect opportunity to seize this moment, and it doesn't seem like the Arizona Cardinals were up to the challenge against this Lions game. But this Lions team. But you really got to keep in mind the Lions team. They're not a bad team. Yeah, they're 0-2, but honestly, talking about the collaboration with Dosa Dion, everything just didn't seem like it went their way. And honestly, I just think it kind of fell bad on their end, but they're a really good team. Matthew Stafford is a very good quarterback. He's a veteran. And like I mentioned before, the moment that I realized that Matthew Stafford had the ball, with under 2 minutes left and trying to get a winning score drive, I honestly thought, I was like, man, this is over. Like, and especially because we pinned them in the 10 and they ended up coming out. And that's when my main concern started happening, where I'm like, whoa, we really got to take this into consideration here, that Matthew Stafford is going to do this. And if you're betting on Matt Prater to not make that field goal, then you must be crazy. He's a sure kicker. Like, he's going to make that kick. So it was just kind of all downhill from there. Like I mentioned before, we had an opportunity to be those people, but just bad execution on Kyler Murray's behalf. Let's go ahead and keep reading to the comments here. We got Jordan P in the house saying Andy was wide open on that last pass he threw to Keyshawn, who was double covered. Someone explained. No, yeah, there's no explanation there. There is absolutely no explanation there at all. And I think he knows that very well. We just got to keep in mind that these decisions that these quarterbacks make is on a split decision. So whatever their mind tells them in that split second is whatever they go with. I don't think he has an explanation as to why he did it. Because if you think about it rationally, it makes absolute no sense. Keyshawn Johnson, it's not like you were throwing it to double coverage with DeAndre Hopkins or Larry Fitzgerald. Something. It was Keyshawn Johnson. Now, not to bag on Keyshawn Johnson at all. So I love Keyshawn Johnson. But the thing is that why would you take that risk is what I'm trying to say. Why would you take that risk as a quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals? Because honestly, not converting that third down was probably the biggest opportunity as to why we lost that game. I feel like we should have got the run game a lot more involved and try to bring down that clock. If we brought down that clock, we would be living in a whole different world at this point. So we got Assad here saying, you guys going a little crazy with these predictions, man. 12-2, bro. That's like Chiefs and Ravens level. Chill out, bro. So, yeah, I mean, no, yeah, I agree. I agree. But I mean, you got to keep in mind, I mean, honestly, the way that football fans think, if you don't have a praise or you don't have a type of goal to I don't know, to see yourself, then like really what's the point of watching football? You know what I mean? You play to win the game. That's exactly what it is. I agree with you, especially coming off what we came off in the last 2 years. They weren't winning records at all. We were picking within the top 10 of the draft all the time. So I agree with you in that sense, but the optimism is a part of every fandom. And if you think it's specifically to the Arizona Cardinals, go to every single page. Everybody's calling themselves 16-0 teams, or 15 and or 13-3, or 15-1. It's just the truth of the matter. It's NFL. We want our team to succeed, and of course, we want to be able to say, yeah, awesome, we're 14-2. Now, is that going to happen this year? Probably not. Probably not. Especially because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be cleaned up from Kyler and from Cliff Kingsbury. There's still stuff that needs to learn. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and take it with that. I agree with you, but I don't mind people being optimistic, or I won't bag on people saying that, oh, you're wrong, because honestly, at the end of the day, they want their team to win. And I also do. I also do too. But we got Colton in the house saying, I feel like Kyler got frustrated and made him make mistakes and blame it on him being young. You have to remember it's only a second year. Yeah, honestly, absolutely 110%. I don't think that any of us are saying get rid of Kyler. No, I think that we all know that there was a problem with his frustration coming out, and it's really obvious. If you don't get the camera looking specifically at Kyler Murray, the way he gets frustrated, it almost kind of gets to the point where he shuts down. And if he's shutting down and not communicating with the team, that's kind of where the problem is there. But I don't think there's anybody on this fan. Maybe there's a few that's given up on Kyler, but not me, man. Honestly, I've seen what Kyler can do. I'm really excited about his progression for the rest of the year, and see exactly what's going to come up with Kyler Murray. But honestly, yeah, I think you hit that right on the head. It seems like he's getting frustrated, and it's causing him to make silly mistakes. And that's what we got to do. We got to find a way that he doesn't do that, because honestly, that's really affecting the outcome of the team. But we do got a $5 donation. Thank you so very much. It's from his dudeness number 2. Thank you so very much, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much for the donation. If you want to put a question, you can definitely put a question as well, and I can go ahead and highlight your specific comment if you'd like. But if not, no problem. Thank you so very much for the donation. That means a lot. All right, we got Prison saying, why do you think the offense kept making mistakes? You can say the offense were making too much mistakes, or you can even give it to the Lions and saying they were making really good defensive plays. You can kind of go on different sides of the ball. It's kind of hard to really find out the reason why unless you actually have the tape and you're dissecting the tape. But I think our offense was going good. I just think that if you're trying to win a game and you have 3 interceptions with a possibly 4th interception, you're putting your defense in a really, really bad situation, because obviously we all know our defense is improved from last year, but they're not like extremely dominant defense. You get what I'm saying? So to give up turnovers and all that different stuff, it really just hurts our offense in general. So we just got to keep that in mind. I don't think so much. The question is, why did the offense not work? I think it's more, I think the Detroit Lions had a really good game plan against Kyler Murray. They frustrated him, and they caused him to make really, really silly decisions. And we just got another $5 donation from his dudeness number 2. Wow, you're coming in clutch today, my friend. Thank you so very much. That's $10. That means the world to me. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Aiden Healy saying, hey, Easy Sports fan, do you think our high-tempo offense is putting too much pressure on the defense? Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Obviously, it becomes more of a glaring issue, I guess, when we lose more than when we win, obviously. So you just got to keep that in mind as well. So it seems like it is, because it's tiring them out, because we're getting off the field really quick and we're not really giving the opportunity for the defense to kind of, catch their breath, do their drinking and water and get hydrated and stuff like that. So it seems like that. But I mean, if we're winning, the tempo is not a big deal. Does that make sense? But if we're losing, I think it becomes more of a highlight. But I don't know. It's kind of like really just depends on the game. It's always going to affect the defense if you don't have the proper time to relax and stuff like that. So I can see it. But like I said, if we're winning, it honestly doesn't matter. But we do got Ray Cruz in the house giving us a 99-cent donation. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that, my friend. You guys are all coming in clutch today with these donos. But go ahead and I'll give you a dab, my friend. Thank you so very much. And this is his dudeness dab. Thank you so very much. Appreciate you guys. So Aiden Healy back in the house saying our clock management and closing games will cost us. Yeah, I agree. And I think that's exactly one of the main reasons why I was saying that. I think what we should have done now, obviously it's, damn, dang if I do or dang if I don't. I mean, obviously the outcome is that we lost. Obviously, we all know it. What I would have done is I probably would have ran the ball more with Kenyon Drake, bleed out that 2 minutes, because we got to keep in mind that Matthew Stafford is a very, very, very good veteran quarterback. So being that he's a very good quarterback, we left it up to our defense, which was probably gassed. They were probably gassed. And that was kind of the truth of the matter of the situation here, that we just didn't get the job done. We didn't. We did not get the job done. It's unfortunate, but Kyler Murray definitely has some stuff that he needs to fix. Absolutely. We got Mark Jackson in the house saying penalties were even until the fourth quarter. Yeah, penalties, I feel like definitely killed us. There was a penalty for, I think it was Byron Murphy, I'm not mistaken. It was a pass interference call where it seemed like we were going for a blitz, so everybody was kind of playing press. And their wide receiver or their tight end, I think it was Hawkinson, ended up kind of beating their men. And of course, somebody's pulling them when they're holding them, and ended up getting a flag. And it's just unfortunate. That's kind of what I was saying here. If you want to blitz a lot crazily, just make sure that you were executing it correctly. And what I mean by that, maybe, I don't know, I just felt like we were just getting too aggressive and they weren't working, and they were opening up big holes, big gains for the Lions to kind of take advantage. But we got Gavin in the house saying, I don't know what was wrong with AZ. Almost got sacked for a safety too. And the Lions don't have like any pass rush. I'm a Lions fan, so still GG. Awesome. No, I think just kudos for you, honestly. I don't think there's much more to like think too much about into it. I think you guys had the better game plan. I think defensively you guys frazzled Kyler Murray. You guys did everything you possibly could to get this win, and congratulations to you. Absolutely, you guys frazzled Kyler Murray. And I think if a lot of teams are going to start seeing the way that the defense are playing on us, that's my worry. That's my worry, if we're not able to adapt and Kyler Murray is still going to continue to make these mistakes. Because last thing you want to do is have Kyler Murray become a turnover machine and have 13 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, or 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. That's definitely something that you do not want for Kyler Murray to happen. So we need to figure this out. And I have strong confidence that they will. Let's go ahead and keep reading through the comments here. We have Jack Wong in the house saying, I feel Kyler's trying too hard to be accurate instead of just trusting his arm. Yeah, okay. That's fair. That's definitely a fair statement, honestly. I can't disagree with you there, especially with coming off of a loss. His stats for the game ended up being 23 out of 35, 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and a rushing touchdown. So, yep. Yeah, you can say what you're saying. So I could agree with you there. I've got Lennon Wolf, the AZ sports fan, saying we lost, but we have the Panthers. So Lennon Wolf's already looking to the Panthers already. Honestly, personally, I want a little bit of time for me. I need to feel better about the loss. Personally, I can't jump to the Panthers yet. Give me to the middle of the week or something. I don't want to talk Panthers yet. I'm still dwelling on this game, and that's probably one of the worst parts about me being like an absolute super fan, is that when you wake up Monday morning off a loss, it's not a good time. So I don't want to talk about Panthers yet. Give me until Wednesday. I'll put a preview video on there. If you want to talk about everything about Panthers, then we can talk from there on out. But I don't want to talk Panthers yet. We got FBI in the house saying Kyler Murray had a bad game, and I'm not mad that he threw those interceptions on that last drive, but how he threw a deep, I'm assuming like a deep ball, is also trying to get a first down pickup. Okay, so I'm sorry, either I'm reading it terribly, or so basically I think what you're saying is that you would rather him go for the first down than going for the home run ball and trying to go to Keyshawn Johnson, right? Yeah, I'm right there with you. Cannot disagree with you at all. There was a clip where it showed Andy Isabella open up. Andy Isabella was open. So even if he didn't get that first down, we could have still kind of built off of that. Either if we went for that fourth down, maybe it was like a 4th and 1, 4th and 2, then we would feel a little bit more comfortable at that point. But yeah, it was definitely not something that I was happy about the decision from Kyler Murray. We got Daddy Poppy saying, bro, I'm so mad. Yeah, me and you both, man. Me and you both. And like I said, I know we have some people that automatically want to start talking about the Panthers. I don't want to see Panthers on this chat. I will skip over it because I'm not there yet. I still need some time to dissect what just happened in this game here. I'm not talking Panthers right now. No, I'm not doing it. We got David saying, I'm sad we should be 3-0. Yeah, we should be. Just didn't seem like it went that way as well. We got Chase, right? If I got that name right, put it on there. I think Chase. I'm a super fan too. I dwell on losses for the rest of the week. Yeah, perfect. It's absolutely. Yeah, so for me to start talking about Panthers right now, it's not gonna help you. It's not gonna help me. There's absolutely nothing here that we can talk about Panthers right now. No, I'm not ready for that. We got Cardinals in the house, keeping it old school and OG. He says, I'm on my second bottle of bourbon. Give me another bottle and I'll be ready for next Sunday. Exactly. Yeah. Perfect. I'm glad. I'm glad everybody has that same mentality where we're just kind of like, let's get through this week first. Like, let's really figure out what the heck just happened. Like, we all drink the Kool-Aid. It's obvious. We all drink the Kool-Aid. We all thought we were going to be flying high 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. We were going to hit the ground running. All thought. There was very few people that were like, hey, one game at a time. And I command you. And that's exactly the way I should have thought of it as well. I should have said one game at a time because honestly, this Lions game punched us in the face. And it's up to the Arizona Cardinals. It's up to the Arizona Cardinals from here on out to really figure out how we're gonna go from here. That's exactly the truth of the matter. Luke 14 saying loss hurts. Can't say much else. Yeah, I that's all you need to say. I feel you, my friend. I feel you. We got Mark Jackson, and I'm on my first captain and Dr. Pepper. I need a few tonight. Yeah, me and you both. If I wasn't doing this show or I wasn't doing this, I probably would be 2 beers in right now, or maybe 3 beers in. But we got to keep the show running, man. We got to keep the show running. I find this more of a therapeutic type of thing for you guys, for me, because honestly, I take losses really hard, and it sucks sometimes because I know it shouldn't take a lot into your personal life, but it does, and that's the worst part about it all. That I want this team to succeed so much that I let it affect my Mondays. Sometimes it bleeds to Tuesdays. So I know for sure I will be fine by Wednesday. So I will know for sure that I will give you guys a preview video of that next game. But as of right now, Panthers is not even, we're not talking about that. So we got FBI saying we're still going to win this. Yeah, no. I mean, let's not talk about that either. All right, let's keep reading here. Colton says, do you think we should slow down with the hurry up? I feel like it's why we make so much mistakes. And so, I don't know. I like it. I think it's working well personally. Because keep in mind, I mean, we got the wins from 49ers. We got the wins from the Washington football team. I don't think it's too much of a big mistake if it's continuing to happen. Like the trend continues within the next 2 games, and we're seeing that it's causing a lot of more interceptions for Kyler. Then I think at that point we should pump the brakes on it and maybe start focusing more on a slower type of offense as opposed to like the hurry up. But as of right now, I feel like just keep doing what you're doing. And if we notice that it's more of a trend, then we'll look into it then. So we got Noah in the house. What's up, my dude? Thank you so very much for showing up, man. It's been a while since I've seen you. It says the play call was very poor. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't not agree with you there. I agree that it could have been better. Cliff Kingsbury blamed himself. He definitely said it was on him, but I mean, every coach is going to say that because they don't want to throw their quarterback under the bus. Let's be 110% honest with you, but Kyler made mistakes. Kyler made mistakes out there, and especially 3 mistakes, possibly could have been 4. So without those interceptions, or maybe even like 1 or 2 interceptions, we could probably have been looking at a whole different type of game because it came down to a field goal. That's all it is. It came down to a field goal. So those type of games can be anybody's game. So we just got to clean it up. Truth of the matter. Subatomic Shrimp. F in the chat, boys. 420. That's hilarious. $4.20. You and Cardinalson are very, very creative with the donations that you provide. $4.20. I'm not sure if you're saying 420, but honestly, it doesn't matter. Thank you so much for the donation, my friend. Get you a quick dab. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so very much. We do got Gavin in the house saying, do you think Okuda pick was just being a good rookie cornerback, or do you think it was Kyler forcing the ball to Hopkins? It's a bad spot. I have heard both sides and curious on what you think. That's a very good question, honestly. I think that specific throw, I just think Okuda just made a really good play. Yeah, I just think he jumped the route really great. So you got to give it to Okuda. Okuda did really good. It seemed like he was getting burnt a lot in the beginning, and he pretty much just like tightened it up. He was like, "No, man, it's not gonna happen anymore." So he ended up he still kind of got burnt a little bit, but you can't expect very much. As DeAndre Hopkins, he's probably one of the best wide receivers in all of the NFL, but I think he made a very, very good play. So I'll give it to Okuda. I think he jumped the route very, very well, and he took advantage of a not so good throw from Kyler and jumped that route. Let's keep on reading here. Rise Up Red Sea saying 15 of okay, yeah, we're not going there. You're not letting anybody heal, bro. Give me some time to heal. All right, we got Jacob in the house saying, we need to stop it with these screens. My God, they don't work, bro. Like Cliff Kingsbury sometimes stresses me out. That's fair. Okay, that's fair. I like that we saw Chase Edmonds in the beginning of the game. It kind of seemed like he disappeared a little bit. But I mean, I don't know. I don't mind. I guess Cliff Kingsbury and Chase. Kenny Drake and Chase Edmonds. I like them both a lot. It just kind of really depends on who's, I guess, has the hot hand. We got Jake Dilbert saying, is Simmons gonna break out with Buddha, and is Simmons gonna break out with Buddha and Banjo out? What are your thoughts? Unless they decide to put Simmons in safety, I don't see it. I think that they were trying to just keep him in the inside linebacking spot. So unless they actually put him in safety, maybe he might, because Buddha's probably going to be out for maybe like a week or two once he gets surgery on his, I believe it's his thumb or his finger or something like that. So I don't know. It just really depends if he gets the opportunity back there, but you can't get an opportunity if you're not on the field. That's just the truth of the matter is. And it's kind of what we all experience with Andy Isabella. Why is Andy Isabella not in the field? Why is he not on the field? It took an injury from Christian Kirk being out entirely to finally see Andy Isabella. And my goodness, can we see more Andy Isabella? Please, Cliff Kingsbury. Can we not play veteranship? Can we put the best men on the field? Even if it's Andy Isabella over Christian Kirk, please do so, because I've gotten more production from Andy Isabella in this one game than we have for the last 6 to 7 games of Christian Kirk. So if we can continue to put Andy Isabella out there and give him more opportunity, please do so. I would love that very much, and I would appreciate it. Thank you. Assad saying, man, why this loss hurt so bad? We ain't even playing. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, man. The truth of the matter is, yeah, we're not playing, but this is the emotional part of football season. It's the emotional part of football season. It's the truth of the matter. Their loss is pretty much, we feel it. And I'm pretty sure the players feel it too. They obviously don't want to lose. They might have a little bit better turnover. You know, they go home, their wives, their kids, whatever the situation is, whatever they need to do to decompress. But the thing is that with the fans, for some reason, I feel like it hurts a little bit more. I feel like it hurts because we didn't win, because we thought that we could have won this game easily. I think that this is why it hurts a little bit more, because we overlooked the Lions. And I think that was big key number one. And I think the Arizona Cardinals did that as well. We got Nathan here saying, Lions fans, stand up. Congratulations, my friend. I just want to tell you that straight up. Congratulations. You guys definitely deserve it. All right, we got Jordan P in the house saying, Andy Isabella is finally here. He's amazing, man. Keep him out there. Cliff needs to start playing him more. Yeah, and imagine this. Imagine with Christian, if Christian Kirk comes back from his groin injury and we see Christian Kirk out there, you know dang well you're going to have media people asking and fans in an uproar, why aren't we not seeing Andy Isabella? Like, he needs to be out there. He makes plays. He already had 2 touchdowns on one game. Like, this is the one game that he's got the most snaps that I've ever seen him being involved. And honestly, if we get more Andy Isabella involved, DeAndre Hopkins involved, and Larry Fitz, we're gonna be pretty good. We're gonna be pretty good. Let's keep reading here to the comments here. We got Sarah saying Kyler just needs to work a bit on throwing. What do you think? I think he looked bad because the defense did really good against him. As far as accuracy goes, I think he can definitely drop some dimes. I think he's pretty accurate, but when he gets frazzled and when he gets like too emotional, his like thoughts start clouding his head, and he just makes these really bad boneheaded plays, and I feel like the defense really frazzled him. I'm confused why we won't abuse Andy Isabella. We won't use Andy Isabella. I was like, abuse? I don't want to abuse him. But yeah, you're right. Why we don't use him? Yeah, this is gonna be the question from here on out. I can almost promise you, if Christian Kirk comes back and Christian Kirk is in there and he's not making plays and Andy Isabella is on the bench, we're all going to ask Cliff Kingsbury, why is Andy Isabella not playing? What are you seeing in practices that you feel like he's not at that level that Christian Kirk is when he's not giving us production like Andy Isabella is? We got is it Aquala Curtis saying the Cards need a better offensive line. I think our offensive line is actually pretty decent. I don't think they're as bad as a lot of people still think. Yeah, Kyler still gets, hurried, but it's the beast of it's the way it is. I mean, Rosen was rolling with the same type of offensive line. He actually threw some dimes as well when he had the opportunity, but I think one thing that Kyler does have over Rosen is that he's a little bit, he's more accurate, and he's got the ability to run out of the pocket. So we got to keep that in mind as well, that Kyler Murray is more of a playmaker, where Rosen probably could have thrived. He definitely could have if he got maybe more of an opportunity, but we just seem to give up on him. So that's just kind of where we're standing at right now. But let's keep reading onto the comments here. Let's keep reading what everybody else has to say. We got Noah back in the house saying this is a wake-up call guaranteed. Yeah, I agree with you, man. 110%. I don't think that you're wrong. I think you're right. I think this is definitely something that we really got to take into consideration here, that we need to fix these things that we need to fix, or we're going to start seeing a lot of teams coming in here and do exactly what the Lions did to Kyler and frustrate him. And once they frustrate him, he's going to start throwing those interceptions, and we don't want that. Mark Jackson saying, thank you so much for doing this channel, Mike. No, thank you, man. Thank you guys for watching. Honestly, it's a therapy session for me, but honestly, I hope it helps you guys in some sort of way. I think one thing about football is that you need to get whatever you're feeling inside out, whether it's wrong, whether you're just talking out of a whim because you're frustrated. I think it's imperative, and it needs to happen, because football, man, football it's an emotional type season, and this is one of the main reasons why I do what I do, because it helps me out. It helps me out tremendously. We got Jake Dilbert saying Kyler shattered Jeff's ankles, though. Yeah, that was actually pretty good. You got to give him that. That was actually a really good, little nice juke. So got to give him that to Kyler. He definitely did some playmaking, but he definitely has some stuff to fix. Colton saying, I am scared the media will bash Kyler all week and hurt the confidence of this team. Well, this is the perfect opportunity to not care what anybody has to say. The media is as fickle as you winning one week and then you're called the MVP the next week. They can easily say, you can probably have Rex Ryan say, I told you guys that Cliff Kingsbury was not going to work, or Kyler Murray was not going to work in this offense. The week after, when Kyler Murray has a really good game, it's going to be like, oh, well, yeah, this is exactly what I like to see. I don't listen to that type of stuff. Those media, they read off of cards, man. They don't really watch the football games, this stuff that they give you. They go based off of highlights. They don't really know the emotional toll that takes on the fans, you guys and me, that will actually watch the football game to the entirety, from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. These media people, these national people, they don't watch the game like we do. They don't feel the win, the excitement, all this different stuff. So I don't really care what they say, and I hope that the Arizona Cardinals has the same mentality where shut it all off, man. Shut it down. If you think MVP was an MVP season for Kyler Murray was going to be a thing, don't think about it. Let it come to you. Let it come to you. If it comes to you, then perfect. We're all happy. But if it's not, man, it's going to be the truth of nature. We got Luke 14 saying, I think, let's see, I think it's nice hearing you talk about this. Like you said, it helps me out. Yeah, absolutely. Jacob says, I think it hurts more for fans because the players make millions and their wives are IG models. I don't know, man. I'm so used to us losing, but this hurts even more. I don't know why. Regardless of whatever their wives are, yeah, they make millions. Bottom line, this is their job. that is what it is. That you have the people like Kyler Murray, Larry Fitzgerald, DeAndre Hopkins, and multiple other people in that locker room who actually want to be great, want to be remembered for the stuff that they do on the field. But a lot of people just look at it as a paycheck. Let's be honest with you here. But the thing is that with me personally, what I love about the organization is this: the Arizona Cardinals. Whoever is on quarterback, wide receiver, running back, as long as you're making wins, this is all I care about. Everything happens, you make millions, you're married to an IG model, I don't care. That's all fluff to me. I don't care about that. It doesn't benefit me at all. One bit. The only thing that benefits me is seeing the 2-1 record Monday morning when I'm actually feeling like, dang, we got some stuff to fix. This is the truth of the matter here. And I think this is the main difference when you're listening to national people out there to actually tell you what the Arizona Cardinals are, or actually listening to a fan that actually watches the Cardinals through the entirety and feeling what they actually feel. So I definitely see where you're coming from, Jacob. And I agree that these guys are millionaires. They make millions of dollars, so they could probably turn it off. What happens is us fans, we're the ones that pretty much like are suffering here, I guess. We got Subatomic Shrimp coming in with another donation. He saw my fire. He saw my rant. He had to go ahead and take it down with a super chat. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so very much. Kyler won't look like like Baker next week. You say like Baker Mayfield is what you're talking about? Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. All right, let's take a look. Let's keep reading here. Let's keep reading on to the comments here. Did I miss something from Cardinal Sin? Oh, we got Rex Ryan needs to focus more on his foot fetish because he can't talk. Yeah, well, yeah. That's probably. I think you got that right as well. Think about it, man. Think about it. These guys get paid. They guys get paid probably six figures to sit there and talk about football. Do they watch every single game with every single little take that they have? No, they don't. What they do is they look at the record, they look at highlight, or if that, they look at highlights or whatever little key card, little note card that they have for that ESPN or the was it Fox Sports, whatever the heck that one's called. They're reading off stuff, man. It's apparent, it's obvious. They don't care about the NFL team. They get paid. They get paid to talk football. They have a really awesome job. Truth of the matter, awesome job. We got Jake Dilber back in the house saying, "Hey, Mike, I just wanted to say that I love your channel. I live in Minnesota. I would have been a diehard Cardinals fan forever. Really enjoy what you're doing. Thanks, man." No, thank you, man. Thank you so very much for watching. It means the world to me, honestly, because honestly, if I was sitting here talking into a mic, having a camera look at me and there was like nobody here, then it wouldn't be rolling exactly the same way. I just want to give you guys the passion that's coming from my side of it all, where I'm not doing this because I get paid. Oh, I do this because I love the Arizona Cardinals. That's exactly the reason why I put this channel up, because it helps me therapeutically, and I'm hoping it helps one of you, at least one person out there that can be able to go ahead and get their frustrations out. Because bottom line, it is what it is. We got FBI with a 99 cents donation. Thank you so much, my friend. I'll give you a quick dab. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. We got Gavin saying, "Hey, hopefully you guys can bounce back. I know a lot of losses feel." Wait, I know how a lot of losses feel as a Lions fan. It's not fun. Yeah, man. Like I was talking about Tudose, man. Tudose of Dion 2.0. We're both kind of familiar with it. We're really both familiar with that type of small market type mentality where we want our team to do so well. But the truth of the matter is we keep getting knocked down to earth time and time again. So when we saw the light at the end of the tunnel, when Kyler Murray came, our savior came, Cliff Kingsbury was doing it, that's when all the hype was coming up. Everybody was excited about it. And you can't fault the people to get excited about their team, especially here in Arizona, where we have the Diamondbacks, we have the Arizona Coyotes. Nobody does a squat of a thing. Most people probably that are subscribed to me, they weren't even born when the Arizona Diamondbacks won the World Championship. I was, but I was pretty young when it happened. But that's the truth of the matter is here. When we see something happen and we see the hope for the future, I don't fault anybody to be optimistic. If you're saying we're 16-0, if you're saying we're 13-3 team, a 15-1 team, all the power to you. If it happens, you called it. Great job. But the truth of the matter is the Arizona Cardinals are now 2-1 on the 2020 season. And we all gotta take into consideration, because bottom line, the Arizona Cardinals needs to find a way to bounce back. They need to find a way to bounce back. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's one loss, though. Let's move on. By Wednesday, I will be good to go. We'll talk Panthers, Arizona Cardinals, but give me till Wednesday. After that, I don't want to hear anything about Panthers right now. Let me dwell into my sorrow right now with this loss. I know we could have won it, but it didn't happen. So last thing I want to go ahead and say before we end the chat, if you guys can do me one big favor, go ahead and drop some fist bumps in the chat below. It would mean the world to me. It means the world to the channel. Drop a like as well. But this was a game. This was a game that we got punched in the mouth. We got punched in the mouth. And we need to figure out a way to come back from that punch in the mouth. Go back to the drawing board, Cliff Kingsbury. Go back to the drawing board, Kyler Murray. Come up with something so we can come out with the win against the Panthers, because they are a pretty decent team. I'm not going to say anybody's a terrible team anymore. Not going there anymore. I'm not doing it. The Cardinals need to clean up these interceptions. It's imperative. All right, guys, but I appreciate you, every single one of you guys, for being here. It was a blast. This is exactly the reason why I do it, for all 60 or 65 of you guys who were here at one point. This is exactly the reason why I do this. Hopefully it helped you guys. It definitely helped me bring out my frustrations out and all that different stuff. So guys, that is all I got for this episode. I will be releasing probably another video this Wednesday. I'll probably do like Monday and Tuesday as well if I get an opportunity. But definitely go ahead and check out that preview video for the Panthers on Wednesday. But guys, that's all I got for this episode. Real question is, can the Arizona Cardinals bounce back? That's the question, guys. All right, guys, that's all I got for this episode. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your night. Okay, guys.